So let's talk about the investment returns, and we begins with definitions of investment returns. So we have two conditions to meet before we can call it an investment returns. The first condition is it always measure against the capital. Second condition is it is in excess of capitals. So then we can tell how much in excess, right? There is a lot of products and investment opportunities in the markets that try to entice investors with high guarantee return. Example, they guarantee 20% returns. So with the conditions that the investor need to pump in 10,000 every year and then get back 2,000 almost immediately. So most people will happily took back the 2,000s and go home. But for what to ask, if the capital is preserved. Now, if the capital is not preserved, I will call it a drawdown. That is not an investment returns. This situation is similar to you deposit 10,000 into the bank and 1 week later you go and withdraw 2,000. So the balance is 8,000. And in this case, uh, you might have 10,000 or less. So it is not a return. And the next things we need to know about the returns is the source of returns before we make any investment decisions. This is very important and it's crucial for us to determine whether the investment is feasible or not, and the potential rate of returns, as well as it helps the investor to differentiate between the real investments and scam. So next is we talk about the how to measure the investment returns. And usually people will measure in two ways. First is the amount, returns in terms of amount. The other way is return in terms of percentage. So the percentage is much more preferred method because every individual will have different amount of capital. So percentage can help the investors to make a comparisons more meaningfully. So let's say you invested into a stocks at 1 ringgit and later sold it at 120. So you are actually making a 20% returns. So what we call this 20% return is a total rate of returns or rate of return on investments. So how is calculated is depending on the returns, which is the 20 cents in excess of invested capitals, 1 ringgit. So you multiply by 100, you get 20%. So that is a total returns on investments. However, this investment return does not take the time frame into consideration. So next, we're going to put in the average returns. So let's say you make that returns in 2 years. So we take the 20% divided by 2. So 1 year, you get a 10% returns. So that is called an average returns. Now you can see the percentage-wise have changed, but in terms of amount, it is still the same. Yeah. So next is the annualized returns, which is sometimes people call compounded returns. So your total returns of 20%, if we were to annualize it in 2 years, it would become 9.5%. So this is very important for all the investors to understand that, because when you make a comparison, you don't just make the comparison between the numbers, which one highest, and then you go for that higher, which usually the case, but you need to understand also why and how people put up bigger numbers or smaller number. That gives you the differences. So in that way, you can make a comparable decisions.